Hello everyone, this is Going Out on Blast. Um, there's a lot on my mind, a lot I'd like to talk about, but tonight I just want to share very briefly, because I need to work out and eat supper, for YouTube followers. I will begin seriously making new content for you on a weekly basis, covering a variety of topics. We're getting close to an election. There's a lot of things that could happen between now and then. And I like to kind of examine things as far as on a Christian basics, from a Christian worldview of what we can expect if different scenarios occur. So maybe looking at that. But what I'd like to talk to you about tonight is your health. In fact, I'd like to talk to you tonight about your very life. Recently, I spoke to my general practitioner, internal medicine doctor, and I asked him a question which I think is very relevant for every American, that they need to ask their doctor and get a straight answer from them. I asked my doctor very simply, if my wife or I were to contract coronavirus, would you treat us? His response, very succinctly, was no. No. That was his response. So, if you're not familiar with America's Frontline Doctors, I encourage you to go look at their website. It's AmericanFrontlineDoctors.org, I believe. Go check them out. They have a wealth of information on their site. I contacted one of their doctors that actually practices here in Atlanta, specifically in my county. I asked him if he could give me a referral. Well, his suggestion was, number one, because my doctor, my primary care physician, is on my insurance plan, yet he said he would not treat me or my wife, who are his patients, he would not treat us for coronavirus, that it would be best to let, number one, the insurance company know what was going on. Number two, to ask them if they knew of doctors on their plan that were, in fact, treating coronavirus. Now, I'm going to name a drug, our HCQ. You can research that. I don't want this video to be censored. And that's another thing I like to cover at some point in time. But HCQ, which is shown in those with early diagnosis, and even with no diagnosis, just as a treatment, an early treatment, combined with zinc, that has shown great promise. There's been a doctor in Southern California who's had over 20,000 patients, over 200,000 patients, 200,000 patients tested, 20,000 patients who came down with corona. All of them treated early with HCQ and zinc. He's had one hospitalization, 0 deaths. One hospitalization, 0 deaths. Everybody else recovered. I asked this specific doctor about HCQ and how getting it in my state, the state of Georgia. His response to me was, what they are finding is, even if doctors are willing to prescribe it, most pharmacists are unwilling to fill it because of state law. Ladies and gentlemen, we have cures, we have treatments, and we are being denied the general population is being denied these things. I guarantee you, those in Washington have access to anything they want, while we, the American people, who pay their salaries, we're the ones left to suffer. We're the ones left out in the cold. So, number one, Ask your primary care physician if you were to contract coronavirus, if they would treat you. If they will not, you need to find a doctor who will. Not because of fear, not because of anything else. In my case, not to go into too much detail, but my mother-in-law lives with us, and I also visit my mother, both of which have the pre-existing conditions that would make it very hard, very difficult for them to recover if they were to catch it. So I would like to be safe around them. As we know, masks are not 100%, so why wear them? It's about control. And I just want to encourage you, get involved, look, see what's going on in your community. If you're out of the loop on certain things that are happening, I suggest find different media sources. We have election coming up. I want to talk about that a little bit on the next video. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for this video. Talk to your general practitioner. Find out if he'll treat you. If he will not, find someone who will. And let's pray for the mercy of God on the United States of America. Thanks for tuning in. You know what channel this is. Christ Yeshua reigns. And he reigns supreme, even if we don't feel like it. Christ Yeshua is Lord and King of all creation. And one day every knee will bow and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father through the Son. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, take care, be well, God bless.